Hey guys, welcome to the daily news analysis of 2nd of March guys. So before starting, let me wish you a very happy Holi to all of you, and don't waste water just because of the reason I'm asking you, and I'm urging you guys, just because of the reason that water is very precious and we all know about the value of water. So don't use water, don't waste water, I would say specifically. And yeah, you can play it with these abirs also, right? So anyways, let's start the very first news is about trafficking of persons bill 2018, and the union cabinet has basically approved this bill, and this is going to be introduced in parliament, right? So why this bill? First of all, just because of the reason that up till now there was no single law that was existing for the human trafficking, right? And for up till now, the laws were there, different multivariate laws were there, which was falling under different jurisdictions, right? So to make all these at a single place, so that's why this trafficking of persons bill 2018 is being introduced. And yeah, these are basically the features of this bill, guys. Basically, it is said that the bill will propose rigorous imprisonment for at least 7 years, which is further, there is a time limit that though the punishment will be given for 7 years, but it has it might be extended to 10 years, right? For those engaging in buying and selling of persons, right? Means you can't just buy and sell a person. If you are doing this, then this much punishment might be given to you, and also you will be fined for 1 lakh rupees. Also, anybody who distributes or sells or stores in any electronic or printed form incidents of sexual assaults for extortion or coercion of victim or of his or her family, then for that kind of cases you will be jailed for 3 to 7 years. It will be dependent on the intensity, that what kind of intensity and what kind of intensity of crime you have done, right? Next is about, apart from National Anti-Trafficking Bureau, which is already set up, there will be another proposal of state level anti-trafficking officers also, right? So that the surveillances could be enhanced, much more enhanced, right? Next is, the bill spells out measures for relief and rehabilitation of victims of trafficking and seeks formation of committee, right? So this was all about it. Any further news we'll always discuss later at a later stage, right? Next news is about Rare Disease Day. Now, what is rare disease? By this name only, you will get to know that rare disease is a kind of disease which are rarely seen in people, right? So it is the mainly reason of rare disease is due to genetic factors, right? At times it happens that due to passage of genes from your father to you, you will be having these kind of diseases, right? Now, it's not important that if these kind of diseases are transferred to you, then you will get to know that, okay, yeah, that I'm so I will suffer from that disease. No, since just because of the reason that these are very rare, so people, at times it happens that people don't know that these kind of diseases exist also, though they are suffering from these kind of diseases, right? So that's why 28th February this time has been celebrated as International Rare Disease Day, and the theme this time was research, because it is said that the research is the key, because it is just the research which brings a hope to the millions of the people that are suffering from the rare diseases across the world, because it is usually observed that the rare disease don't have any actually medicines are not developed for many rare diseases, right? So that's why research is the theme this time, so that in future research could be carried out in this sector, and millions of people who are suffering from these kind of diseases, they can at least get relief under it, right? And also the other objectives of celebrating this Rare Disease Day is to raise awareness not only among the people, right, but also among the decision makers, like the different governments, right? So that they could also take decisions regarding it, and so that the life of the patient can be impacted in a positive manner, right? So this was all about it. And yeah, one more and very important factor is Rare Disease Day takes place on the last day of the February each year, right? So it might come in your prelims paper also that recently Rare Disease Day was new. So firstly they will just discuss about the characteristics, that what is the actual characteristics of Rare Disease Day, and next point they will give is that Rare Disease Day is celebrated on 28th February every year, so just remember that Rare Disease Day is celebrated on the last day of February each year. नेक्स्ट इज प्राइम मिनिस्टर एम्प्लॉयमेंट गारंटी स्कीम के बारे में है. आई मीन सॉरी, या इट इज अबाउट द प्राइम मिनिस्टर एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेटर स्कीम. एक्चुअली द गवर्नमेंट हैज अप्रूव्ड द continuation of this scheme beyond the 12th plan period, and for this government has allocated 5,500 crore rupees. Now what is this scheme? Basically the aim of this scheme is to create sustainable and employment opportunities for around 15 lakh unemployed persons, or people who are residing in either rural or urban areas, right? Now under this scheme, basically the credit link subsidy program is being run, under which which is being carried out, which is being implemented basically by the Ministry of MSME, and it is being implemented since 2008-2009. now this under this credit link subsidy scheme, guys, basically credit is being passed to the unemployed people, and since the credit is given to them, and it basically empowers them so that they can make themselves self-employed. Also they can have the capacity of establishing some sort of micro enterprises, and that must be in non-farm sector. Now this is the keyword, non-farm sector, right? So just remember it. Okay. And regarding also one next fact is that Khadi and Village Industrial Commission is a nodal implementation agency of this program, right? So just remember these things. Next is, guys, 12 identical champion services sectors is regarding this news, basically because Union Cabinet has approved a proposal which was being given by the Department of Commerce, and they have said that government must come up with a proposal in which 12 identified champion service sector must be selected, and there must be a governmental push so that those sectors could be developed, so that their real potential can actually be utilized. And if you see that the GDP section, guys, more of the contribution is given by the service sector only, right? So since much of the contribution is given by the service sector, so it is indeed very much important that this sector must also be taken care of, right? So though we are talking regarding always manufacturing sector must be getting pushed, yes, those things must be done, but it's not that we should not see the service sector, because this is the sector where we have a huge potential from, though the man force which is being situated, which is being associated with this service sector is very less, but still the amount that revenue that is the government is generating from this service sector is huge, right? So it is indeed very important for the government also to look after this service sector, right? So that's why the cabinet has directed the different ministries and department so that they could come up with some sort of available draft and action plan, and for this, guys, a dedicated fund is also allocated by the center, and that fund is for rupees 5,000 crore rupees, and basically from this fund, basically initiatives will be supported for sectoral action plan, and the champion services sector include these sectors. They are information technology and information technology enabled services, that is IT and ITES. Next is tourism and hospitality. Next is medical value travel and transport and logistics services, accounting and financing services, audiovisual services, legal services, communication services, construction and related engineering services, environmental services, financial services, and education services, right? So yeah, these are the sector, guys, where actually these are the basically identified champion sectors, right, which we should actually remember. And also, guys, it is being said that the initiative will enhance the competitiveness of India's service sector through the implementation of focused and monitoring action plans, right? And yeah, though we have many things discussed about it, so let's proceed to the next news, that is about first mega food park in the state of Maharashtra, and that will be opened at Satara. Now this doesn't mean that this will be the first mega park of India, right? Because the first mega food park of India is known as Srini Mega Food Park, which is being situated in Andhra Pradesh, and that was set up in 2012, right? Now this is the scheme which is being implemented by Ministry of Food and Processing Sector, and yeah, this first mega food park of Maharashtra at Satara is the 10th mega food park of India, which is being overall operationalized in our country, and also, guys, it is the 8th operationalized during the tenure of the present government. Means after the coming of present government, that is NDA government, it is said that it is the 8th mega food park which is opened. Now what is the aim of this mega food park? Basically, the aim of this mega food park is to boost the food processing sector. Now, how that food processing sector will be boosted, I'll tell you through this, hub and spoke model. Basically, this mega food park works on hub and spoke model, under which there are collection centers. Many collection centers are there, right? And those collection centers will be associated with the primary processing centers, right? Now, the farmers from different regions will give their product in different collection centers, and from different collection centers, those food will be imparted in primary processing centers, right? And from those different other primary processing centers, the foods are ultimately reached to the mega food park, and from those mega food park is act as a hub from which the actual business is carried out, right? Now, as I said, that this scheme is boosting the food processing sector by adding value and reducing the food wastage, because of this food wastage will also reduce to a greater extent, because from in this mega food park you are getting a value chain, right? And it works on a cluster based approach, as I've already explained you in hub spoke model, right? So through this, basically forward and backward linkages are clearly mentioned. Now, backward linkages are this, that is farmer to this collection center is a backward linkage, and forward linkage is from mega food park to the different commercial centers, right? Yeah. Next news is about anti-tank guided missile NAG. Now, this was in news because a successful flight test of this anti-tank guided missile was recently carried out, right? So that's why this was in news. Now, this is the third generation fire and forget anti-tank guided missile, which is equipped with advanced technology. Now, why this fire and forget? Because if you are firing, then it will go, I mean it won't return. That's why it said that fire and forget it, right? So anyways, it has a capacity to hit the target exactly at a single shot. Now see, usually the tank are not big size, that much huge size, right? These are very small size tank. So it is very much needed that any tank, if you are using, I mean any missile if you are using, that missile must hit that tank directly in that small area, right? So that's why this anti-tank guided missile has been manufactured, right? And it is designed to destroy modern main battle tanks as well as other heavily armored targets, right? Next news about a joint military exercise, and that is Lamithya, right? It is joint military exercise between Indian Army and Seychelles People Defense Forces, right? Now this exercise is said to be the 8th in the series of the bilateral exercise between the two countries, that is Seychelles and India. And this joint exercise has been carried out since the year 2001, and the aim is to mainly enhance the military cooperation and interoperability between the armies of the two countries, that is Seychelles and India. Next news is about exercise which is called exercise Paschim Lehr, and the short form is XPL. Now this is very much important because this exercise, this year only, this has been named, the name has been changed to exercise Paschim Lehr, that is XPL, right? So it has huge probability of coming, and they might directly ask you that recently XPL exercise was in news, so what is it, right? So let's see what is it, guys. So it is basically the Western Naval Command of the Indian Navy is concluding this exercise in Arabian Sea, and under which around over 40 naval assets, which include the aircraft carrier, that is Vikramaditya, and it will also include different other naval assets like submarine, potent missile vessels, etc., right? And also intense flying activities will be also done, and through this activities, basically the capability of Indian Navy will be checked, that how much we are prepared, so that in coming future, if at all we get in touch with some sort of war with any other countries, then how much we are prepared, right? So this is that the exercise is done for that only, right? So yeah, this was all about it, guys. And in Hindi, guys, you can watch this economic survey lessons, and the link to it I'm putting below. If you haven't seen, trust me, guys, you are doing a very wrong thing. Wrong in the sense what? You are missing a very huge thing, right? Because this is I personally believe that this is the only economic survey which is not yet being out in any of the website, whether it be Unacademy, whether it be YouTube, whether it be any other platform, right? No one has given exhaustive coverage of economic survey volume 1 that I have done in Unacademy. I can challenge you over that, right? If you just watch on to it, if you haven't seen it, that's why I'm just telling you, just because of the reason that prelims is coming very closer, guys. You won't be having time, and from prelims, economic survey is since it is a governmental document, so it is very very important, right? So just go through it. That's what I will tell. And regarding the English mains answer writing discussion as well as Hindi mains answer writing discussion, you will also get the link to them below, or you can visit my Unacademy profile. You will get it there, right? So yeah, this is my Telegram link, and this is the Facebook page where you can actually follow me, guys. And just because I guess around more than 99% of you the people will be having the Facebook ID, so you can do it, guys. So just go on to it, right, and follow me there also. And yeah, we'll meet in tomorrow's class. Till then, bye bye, take care, and play safe holy, guys. Play safe holy, and don't waste water, right? Water is very precious. So yeah, with this, thank you very much for listening to my videos, guys. Thank you very much.